Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for joining today's session. The first part of the session will cover all the new features added to asset management from version 2022 to 2025. Each version provides several significant new features. Let's start with 2022. Here are the new features added to this version. The e-tracker for asset tracking will be introduced in the second part of the session. So now here, I only focus on the second part, new features. The first enhancement for depreciation projection functionality. It allows you to have a projection for asset depreciation for months or years. In old versions, if you want to run projection for part of assets, you can only specify either range of cost center or SIDs. But if you want to run projection for like a specific category, location, or group, it cannot be done. But with this new feature in place, you have more criteria to fill assets. The second enhancement is for projection as well. If you run projection for assets for multiple fiscal periods, now you are able to group projection results by periods. While previously, you can only group results by SID. Norming provides powerful depreciation capability from regular depreciation, projection, depreciation reversal, and based on financial principles in some countries, companies are required to run one more time depreciation for disposed assets. Of course, to use this one more time ability, you need to select this option in global option, then use the depreciation function to run the one more time, right? And this enhancement is for reversing the one more time depreciation result. In previous version, this cannot be done, but from this version, it is supported. Norming integrates with multiple CD300 modules for acquisition purpose. One of it is to capitalize PTC transactions. In previous versions, all the following types of PTC transactions can be capitalized. With this new feature, now opening balance for projects can be capitalized too. As you know, norming supports up to 5 depreciation books for different management purposes. In my sample data here, I only enabled 3 books, right? While in previous versions, additional cost for disposal transaction is allowed for the basic book only. With this new feature, now you can maintain additional disposal cost for all books. Okay, the next new feature is for maintenance module. This new feature allows you to maintain service date at detail level to record the exact date for every single maintenance service. The last new feature in 2022 is for asset leasing module. When you maintain the yearly interest rate for billing schedule, previously this interest rate displays as a decimal. It looks not that straightforward, right? So from this version on, it displays as a percentage. Okay, that's all the new features for 2022. Let's talk about the new features in 2024. Here are the new features that are added in 2024. Let's go through them one by one. Norming 2024 integrates with multiple CD300 versions, right, from 2019 to 2025. We will go through other features, right? Next one, let's look at the attachment ability. Okay. To use the attachment ability, the first thing you need to do is to specify paths where you want to store the attachments, right? Go to the global option and specify path here. Now you're ready to attach attachments for assets, right? Go to the asset register and go to the attachment tab and insert a line. Click the finder here to add attachment one by one, or you can simply click the attach files button to attach a number of files altogether. Select the files you want to attach, then click OK button. Click the open button to attach the files to these fixed assets, right? And yeah, on the screen, you can also preview the files that you attach for the fixed assets. This feature is also available in the web screen as well. Okay, next two new features are for licensing, right? This version makes activating license easier than ever. In the previous versions, right, if your client has multiple such companies running normally fixed assets, when activating license, you have to activate them one by one, right? That's very overwhelming. Yeah, we know that, we hear that. Now we add this propagate ability, right? So with this version, after activating license for one company, click the propagate button to propagate the license information from the current company to other companies, right? Just two button click, then all the companies' activation license are done, right? The next feature is for the subscription licensing, right? Previously, even if the license is about to expire, no warning message prompts, right? Yeah, so now in this version, if your clients are running a subscription license, they will receive notification 30 or 15 days before the subscription period expires. If it comes to expire within 7 days, clients will receive notification every day. Next two new features is for acquisition transaction. In previous versions, conversion from AP invoice to fixed assets can only be processed at invoice detail level. Let's say if you have an invoice with 5 details, right? With previous version, you can either convert all of the 5 details to 5 fixed assets, or you can select maybe 3 of them to convert as 3 fixed assets. You cannot convert all the details into one fixed asset. Now you're able to do that, right? If you want to do so, select the convert as one asset option, click the O button, then select the details you want to convert, hit the convert button to convert all the select details as one fixed asset. Right. The next new feature is to converting invoice, AP or PO invoices or PO receipts details to fixed assets. Okay. In previous versions, one invoice or one receipt can only be processed one time. Okay. Even if some details in the invoice or in the receipt have not been converted at all, right? You don't have the chance to convert the unconverted details, right? But now you have this ability, right? Like this example, I have a entry 2, right? To convert this AP invoice, track 2, right? I want to this time I only want to convert the first line, then hit convert button, then convert as fixed assets, right? Then post it. Then sometime later I create a new acquisition entry, convert the same AP invoice, and select the remaining details that I want to convert. Yeah, right. Now you can see you can convert one invoice or receipt multiple times, right? Okay, the next new feature is for depreciation. In previous versions, there is a limit to the depreciation reversal. That is, you cannot reverse depreciation happened before the latest adjustment period. Like this example, I have value adjustment happened in period 3. So with the previous version, you cannot reverse the depreciation happens before this period, right? But with this new feature, now you are able to reverse the period 1 and 2, right? Now you can say do reversal in the new version. You can specify to reverse to the first period, right? And click process button. You will receive a warning message. Tells you the depreciation result might be different because the value has been changed, right? Okay, you can continue process the reversal. Now you can see these 2 periods which happened before the adjustment, right? Which is in period 3, right? Okay, so that's the improvement for depreciation reversal. Okay, next new feature is for asset schedule. This schedule report is quite important, right? And in this new version, we add 3 new columns which are related to the WIP fields, right? In this report. Okay, next, the new feature is about the asset leasing. Okay, as you know, norming asset leasing module allows you to maintain lease in and lease out contracts to create item type of AR invoice for leasing out contracts. You need to convert lease rate as AR items, right? In which these three accounts: revenue, inventory, and the COGS accounts are required, right? And in previous version, on this screen, only this field is available. So what the program do is to use the 3 accounts that you define for the distribution code to copy to AR items, right? But for some situation, for some cases, customers don't want to define distribution code, right? So yeah, now we modify the program to support that case, right? So now on this transfer to AR screen, we add these 3 GL accounts, right? So now the distribution code is no longer mandatory required. Okay. Okay, let's move to next new feature. Yeah, it's an improvement for asset tracking module for the web screen version. Okay, so if your clients are running the offline asset tracking program on handheld scanners, now you're able to download barcodes and asset information through the web screen before scanning process. Okay, so that's new features for asset management 2024. Now let's have a look at some new features in the latest version 2025. Okay, here are all the new features, right? About the integration, this version integrates with Sage 300 from version 2019 to 2025. One significant improvement in this version is it improves the performance and the stability of the web screen version. Okay, let's go through other features one by one. Yeah, the new features for asset inquiry. This function is a frequently used function, right? But in the previous version, it's quite simple. You just have these fields, right, to filter the assets you want to check, right? Specify the you can specify the acquisition date range, asset ID range, right? Then you can display all the assets meet the criteria here, and in this table with the predefined with these columns, right? And this version we make 3 big improvements to this tool. Okay, the first improvement is to make it easy to group and display assets with predefined filters in separate tabs, right? Okay, let me show you this feature. Okay, now you can see we have these 3 buttons here: add tab, edit tab, and delete tab. Okay, now you can create a new tab. Right, click this button. Then you can see we are on the add tab screen. Okay, and the first step, you can give this new tab a name. Yeah, I want to show the equipments, right, with whose value are greater than 5K, right? The second is to define where you want to display this tab, right? Then you can give a description if required. Then you can edit the filter. Okay, just specify which assets you want to see, right? And then you can edit the column, right? If you want to add more columns or less columns, you want to change the column order, you can do that on the edit column tab, right? Okay, now let me show you how to define the filter. Okay, click the add button, add group button here to add a new group, right? Then you can double click this cell or click the edit cell button to open the filter definition screen. Okay, I'm going to create a folder for all the undisposed equipments with value greater than 5,000 US dollar. So the first filter is to set the asset status not equal to dispose, right? This is field name, this is logic operator, this is value, right? Click OK button to accept this filter, right? You can see now the first filter created. Okay, so now I'm going to add my second filter. Okay, the second filter I want to add is to only list equipments category, right? So I can, double click this cell or edit cell button. Okay, since this is the second filter, I need to specify the relation between this filter to the first filter, right? The relation can either be and or or, right? A select field, that's this category, that it equals to equipments, right? Click OK button to accept it. Okay. Okay. So the third thing is to add my third filter, right? That's about assets value. Okay, I'm going to show you how to add a new filter group. Click the add group button. If it's the second or third group, right, you will see this window. It lets you to specify the relation for this group to other groups, right? The relation can be and or all. Click OK to accept this relation. Then you can add the third filter like I did to the first and the second, right? Okay, now you can see I have created my third filter. Book value is greater than 5,000 US dollar. Okay, there is a show filter button here. You can click it anytime to check whether the filter you define is correct, right? Now it's correct, right? Status does not equal to disposed, and then category is EQP, which is equipment, and the book value is greater than 5,000. Click OK button, right? You can also click this OK button to create a new tab on the main screen. But now I'm going to show you the second new feature, that is to edit column. So I go to the Edit Column tab, right? Okay, so now on this tab, you can add columns by select field in this grid and click Include button to select them, or you can remove columns by select the fields here and click Exclude or None, right, to remove them. And you can, of course, you can change the column order here, right? Select field, click top, up, down, or bottom button to change its order. Then when the column has been done, right? The edit column has been done. You can click the OK button to go back to the main screen. Now you can see, right, a new tab is created with the name as specified, equipments greater than 5K, right? Okay, you can also see the description. I entered this place here. Now you can see based on the filters I defined, right? Only the status which does not equal to disposed can be displayed. This is first filter. The second filter is only the assets whose category is EQP, is equipment, can be displayed, right? And of course, the third filter, the book value must be greater than $5,000. Now you can see, right, all the assets that meet the criteria will be listed here. Okay, on the screen, we have the open button. Yeah, you can open. You select a fixed asset, click the open button to open the asset register screen for details, right? You can print the inquiry result into Crystal report. And now we have a third new feature, a third option, right? We have the export function, allows you to export the inquiry result into Excel file for further analysis. Okay. And as I mentioned, we have these three buttons here: Add, Edit, and Delete tab. If you don't want this tab at all, you can just click the Delete button to remove this tab. You can edit the tab anytime to change the filter or change the column orders, right? Yeah, of course, you can add more tabs if you want, right? That's the new features for the asset inquiry. Yeah, the improvements for the asset inquiry function are available in the web screen as well. Right, okay, so let's move to the next new feature. It's for the acquisition. As you know, normally acquisition allows you to convert PTC transactions to fixed assets, right? And now we add these two buttons. Then you're able to select or deselect all projects, right, to fixed assets. And while previously you have to select or deselect them one by one, right? The next function is for split. Okay. If you maintain the description and the location for units, right, on the units tab, okay, now you are able to copy the description and location here to the split to assets. Okay, let me show you how to do it. Right, go to the split screen. Okay, you want to split assets by units and copy. If you want to copy the description and location, select these two options and click the Go button. Now you can say the units description and the location are copied, right? Okay, the next new feature is for WIP transfer. This new feature allows you to have a preview for the to-be transfer assets before transfer being processed, right? Go to the WIP transfer screen, specify the range, enter description, right? Select whether you want to transfer WIP to assets or transfer asset to WIP, right? Click the preview button Then you will see the preview screen. All the assets or WIP that meet the criteria will be listed here. On this screen, you can also remove the WIP or asset that you don't want to transfer for now. Right, click process to perform the transfer. Okay. Yeah, the next new feature is for asset leasing. Okay. In the previous version, this icon, this functionality is called Start Lease Contract. Now it is renamed to Start Complete Lease Contract. Okay, so based on the new name, you can see now you can do complete through this functionality too. Now you're able to complete multiple contract details across multiple contracts by several mouse click, right? Okay, so yeah, if you want to, if you want the system to complete contracts, if all the details for the contracts have been completed, right? You can select this complete contract if all details completed. Yeah, so not only the details will be completed, also the contract will be completed if this option is selected. Okay, that's all the new features for 2025.